right, I'm recording. So, welcome. This is the season opener for the Stunty Cup. This is the Windy City Warmongers Stunties League. This is our second season. With me, this is Goblin Rain here, and with me is last season's champion, Big Chuck.
Hello, hello.
So, this season, you guys will notice that we're doing a 5-match-day WISN. I was very disappointed last season when we were doing a round robin, both at how some of the guys were having trouble with stunties and just kept, then at the end of their season had like Big Chuck and Striker and me, and like, what are you going to do about that? We're used to stunties. And I was really offended when Big Chuck won in week 6 before we even had to play week 7.
Yeah, a little bit of a letdown there.
Yeah, so we're going to have a set of bowls this season that if you're in the top 4 in standings, you're going to have to play in your bowl, or we'd like you to. If you're not, then it's completely optional, but we're going to make people at least play a game that has a win or loss on it to be champion. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Is there anything else you want to say about last season, Chuck, before we get into the teams?
Lizards are cheating and unfair.
They will lose tiebreakers because of that this season, so don't get in a tiebreaker.
Yeah, we'll try to avoid that.
But from being an amateur boxer a bit, if you let things go to the judges, you've got to expect that they're gonna just give you the shaft on it. So don't ever let things go to the judge's decision.
Just win it in regulation.
Win it in regulation. All right, so getting in the teams, we have 8 of you who have already accepted your tickets, and I know Stryker won't be able to accept his till tomorrow. He said, or maybe a little later in the week, but I think we're ahead of most of the main leagues on ticket acceptance. So good job, guys. Starting it off strong.
Yeah.
So I think we'll jump in here with the Elite of the Worst. So this is Common Zimmer's Ogre team, and they have the highest TV in the league. What do you think about this team, Chuck?
Whoa, they've got the full 16-man roster. That is too many players. Well, I guess no. I take that back. Now that it's sunk in, this is the highest team value team. They're never hiring star players, anyways, are they?
No.
Yeah.
Have you looked at the skills that he's got on these ogres?
The block ogres are fabulous. Break tackle is actually not too bad on ogres without loners. So
you just wait. One of those is going to roll dodge, and we will have a blodge break tackle ogre causing shenanigans.
If you roll doubles on something with block, you just take tackle.
In this league, that's fair. Not going to meme it up. Come on. But he also has Mr. Double Skull there with Palm. I'm waiting for that to do some damage. That's
beautiful.
What do you think about the one reroll?
One reroll is bold and scary, especially with the number of very stupids that you have to roll with this team. So I would be looking to pick up some rerolls, if at all possible.
You think he's going to be able to afford that? The way Noblar's dying with his TV?
Although, with block on 2 of your ogres, you don't need, normally I think I roll ogres with 4 rerolls. I think you could get away with 2 or 3 and be okay as long as you keep this block spam up.
I don't know besides the chainsaw, I don't know what's taking them out, really.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, I mean,
knock them down and step on them.
This team is scary. I don't know if they're going to win because they are ogres, but they're scary for sure.
Well, they will definitely have an impact on the finals, be it through being there or just bashing the teams that are there.
So that was a returning team. Next up, we have Grazy or Ultra 124's Underway Freaks. This is another returning team, and he pulled Underworld.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think of his team? He had a whole season to level it up.
The tackle on Chunky, he just wants to hit things. He'll take the both down. That's a coin flip to knock them down.
Yeah, I kind of wish he hadn't taken tentacles first with that tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Because in a stunty league, tackle and tentacles work against each other,
A little bit, yeah.
The tackle, he said it was offensive, and I understand that, but fair enough.
Yep. And Underworld is a team that develops really well. So right now, most all these goblins don't have a lot of skills. He does have a couple guys with extra arms to help pick up the ball. The one guy doing the 2+ dodges, Beans there, moving around the field. But as these guys get more levels, that mutation access is just these guys get to do cheaty things. You get extra arms and big hand and start snatching the ball up and just being obnoxious.
Yeah, and with the lack of tackle we're likely to see in this league, I don't even hate the 3+ dodges. He's got 3 rerolls to use for any dodge chains if he fails the first one. I really
Mm-hmm.
don't hate that. I get good mileage out of the 1 in 9 dodging on these guys.
Yep, absolutely.
So I would really like to see if one of these extra arms guys had like horns. I would really like that.
Yeah,
He's
for
got 1 in
sure.
5, so he's got plenty of time to pick that up.
That is one of the tricky things that happens with Underworld, though. Already at 910 team value, with not a lot of skills out, as this team skills up, he was not going to be quite as bloaty as the Ogres or the Lizards, but you will be giving up some interesting inducements to your Halfling and Goblin friends.
Remind me to talk about bloat when we pull my team up, because
Absolutely.
there's a funny thing to talk about there. So he's running without the Apo, so he's saying I don't care about my goblins and the troll can live or die on regen, which I think is fine.
Yep. Yep, for sure. You can get away without the Apo on these teams. Replacements are cheap. He's got 90K in the bank. No big deal.
90K, man. That's plenty. All right, I think your team is up next. And that rounds out, besides Striker's team, that's going to round out our returning teams.
Yep.
So make like a banana. I didn't realize that the flying banana was actually an icon. That's hilarious. I haven't perused most of these icons. That's a really good one. I love it.
Yeah, we've got some. There's some silly icons in there, and the flying banana is one of them. And I actually saw the icon and said, okay, I've got to go with this theme.
Yeah,
So
the team names are great, or the player names.
I've enjoyed it quite a bit. And we've got I think an interesting choice of skills on the Crocs. We've got grab and stand firm. This means we're keeping your players in prehensile tail and trying to make you make those 4+ dodges. That's the plan there. Or at least that's the thought process. Um,
Yeah, grab is so good, especially with a team like this. It's as fast as your skinks are to go for the one turner.
mm-hmm.
Grab is just so helpful for that, especially in the Stunty League where it's probably a 3 die for the Crocs to start that chain.
Yep.
I don't know
And
if
it
you've made use of that.
cancels out sidestep. I have. I've been able to make uh, use it to cancel out sidestep to get pushes. I've been able to pull guys into the line to get pushes on the sidesteppers. So yeah, the one turners are a real thing with the speed of the skinks, and our one turner is more reliable than those throw teammate one turners. So
Those are again, I come from a troll player background, but one turners with the troll are just garbage. They happen, but not.
right,
It's not like a tree or anything.
yeah, the one turners with the like ogres and fling. Actually, the flings really are not that bad.
No,
Um,
trees are amazing, especially the
yeah,
strong arm.
strong arm. They don't try to eat the halfling. Um, there's just a lot less dice involved. Still not super likely, but a lot better.
Well, and with the
But
trees, the 1 in 6 failure, you still get the throw off. It's not like a bonehead or a really stupid.
mhm, yep. And that really what I'm looking for on this team. I'm about to start cycling some of these skinks because what we're looking for is to get some
Agi
movement
5.
up. Because no, forget Agi 5 movement up to really if you can get. It's possible to have a natural one turning skink, and that's the dream.
Yeah, you just got to roll 10 twice and then pick up sprint.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, yeah. A 10's what, a 1 in 12?
Yeah, something like that.
Now, if you roll 5 plus 5, do you take the movement or do you take the double?
Yeah, the movement's way too good.
Okay. Okay.
In a previous league, movement was actually banned on skinks, so I will throw that out there. It was
Eh,
not allowed to happen.
it hasn't happened yet. And there's enough ogre teams here that maybe we can put a damper on it. Also, scrolling through the skink's eyes, I've never looked at how crazy the skink model's eyes are before.
Oh yeah, and they're all different and all over the place.
Yeah, like baby and head out is his eyes are crazy. The blue like sunburst or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
They're great. Okay, moving on, we have that side of the family, Tater Spiro's Ogre team. And I want to say we're down to 3 Ogre teams because PookyPook switched to Lizards. But we had 4 Ogre teams this morning. That's a
Hmm.
bit much.
Yeah, I'm glad to see the switch.
So this is a 5 Ogre 2 reroll start. Now, I will admit I haven't played any Ogres, really. Maybe once against the
Hmm.
AI or something.
Hmm.
So I have no feel for the number of ogres versus the number of rerolls and what is like how much of a mad lad this is.
Um, this is only slightly Mad Lad. I will say I played several seasons of Ogres. If I were to start in this league trying to be try hard, well, one, I wouldn't play Ogres. But if I was going to play Ogres and be try hard, I think the 4 Ogre, I think you can, or yeah, 4 Ogres, 4 rerolls, I think is possible.
Yes, because it's basically you trade 2 of these ogre or one of these ogres for 2 rerolls straight up, and you start with 12 men instead of 13.
Yeah, yeah. So that I think is the thing you to do because you really need that number of rerolls. Plus, taking an ogre off the field is another really stupid that you don't have to roll. And the truth of the matter is, getting to 6 ogres is great, but the difference between 4 ogres and 5 ogres and 6 ogres when you've only got one blitz a turn and it's stunty and everything's running away from you is not that big a deal.
Yeah, I guess that's
So
totally different in stunties versus out. Because outside the ogres actually do things. In stunties, people just dodge away from you,
yeah, it
laugh
would
run away.
actually be a legit strategy to even do something crazier and just go 1 to 2 ogres to keep your team value down and just get a ton of Noblars and plenty of rerolls, and you can actually do some nonsense with these guys.
And then against you, just induce Bertha.
Yep,
I'm
absolutely.
biased. I like Bertha, the
Bertha
Amazon ogre.
Bertha's good.
She has what, dodge and break tackle?
Yeah, dodge, break, tackle, and I think she's strength 6 instead of 5.
I don't remember. I know that the
So
model is still like a big male ogre with a big beard
yeah, yeah,
because
for sure.
cyanide. But anyway. All right, so next up is Little Bit's Uncles and Cousins, which is a 960 ogre team, so it's going to be a different build. Uh, in that he's only got 1 reroll and dropped a Noblar and picked up the Apo.
Yep. Yep. Still went to 5 ogres. I don't like skimping on rerolls with so many ogres. You're just gonna have a lot of turns where like 3 guys are dumb, and it's no fun.
It depends on what you consider fun, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if you like swearing at your players to do something already, then that's plenty of fun. And I have lots of that type of fun with my trolls. But
Let, let me just throw this out there. On an ogre team, you're going to be blitzing with an ogre every turn. Um, and if you're blitzing with an ogre every turn, at least 1 to 2 times a half, your blitz is going to really stupid, and you're going to want to reroll for it. So you need at least 2 rerolls just for getting your blitzes in. And then rerolls beyond that are actual rerolls.
that's yeah. So that's some very basic thinking through ogre play. I think most people who play ogres don't actually think through the ogre play because ogre smash done, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And I don't know. I know Noblars sometimes survive more than you would expect with the dodge and the sidestep and everything, but
Mm-hmm.
7 Noblars feels light to me.
It is. They will evaporate. You want to have a deep bench with ogres.
But not 16 unless you've got all kinds of shenanigan, block, break, tackle, pile on shenanigans going on.
Yeah, 14 or 15 sounds good to me.
All right. Next up is, my team, the Seuss's Slaughterers Underworld team. So I've taken everything I can take, basically. I've got 3 rerolls, the troll, and all of the goblins. So I told you to remind me to talk about bloat. My plan
Hmm.
for this team, and this is insane, is I want to end this season with 420 gold in my treasury so I can fire off a bunch of goblins, hire all the rats, and take them into the main league. That's what I want to do with this team.
That's pretty amazing.
If now that's if Kemry doesn't work out. If Kemry works out, whatever, we'll see. But my goal is to develop the troll and some goblins and try and just build up that bank and just let it accrue. Who cares if I'm playing with 8 loners? I don't care. But I want to be able to take them out of the stunty league and into the main league.
So, an interesting thing is, like when I was looking at the build, I was like, you could drop the apothecary and get a Knuffles altar or get a stadium enhancement of some kind. But now with the alternate strategy revealed, yeah, that'll
Yeah,
be
so I think
interesting. So
I need 370 if I'm going to play one thrower, and I need 420 I think if I'm going to get both throwers, both line rats, and both blitzers. Because I'm serious about not bringing the Maritime marinated meat back. They are. I haven't deleted them yet because I want to go through and make videos of as many of their replays as are still out there. But I'm not bringing them back. So if I play Underworld again, it'll either be a fresh one or it'll be this team. I even have names for the rats when I hire them.
Grazy in chat, dirty rat lover has been called.
only if they're mutants, man. Like I somebody told me, and that somebody would be you, Big Chuck, that I should just stop struggling with Underworld and play real rats and have some success. And I said, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to step up to Kemry because that makes sense somehow. And also, Grazy, just kill some rats in the main league, and I will literally pay you real money for it. Well, it's like Steam gift cards or whatever, but
That's real money.
that's real money. Which reminds me that I do owe $1 to Mr. Boba and $25, I believe I said, to Golgothan for that finals.
Wow.
But so I don't know if I will stick to the plan on this team, but the plan is insane, and we will see how it goes.
All right.
Next up, we have Rusty Shackleford with the reciprocating Sawzall, who took goblins. And I don't know if he was planning on taking goblins ahead of time, but this rounded out our stunty races. If he had not taken goblins, we'd have been missing one. We would have been missing one.
I don't know why, but I love this naming scheme so much. Like this is a man after my own heart.
Right? He's like, what am I going to name my team? I know. Let's go to Lowe's website and name it all the different saws I can get.
Yes, that's exactly it, and it's perfect. It went to every, not just alternating model numbers, but went to every possible brand
Yeah,
of Sawzall.
and I tell you what, I love this goblin roster. Now I might swap out one of the goblins for a bomber, just because he's 40, and sometimes they're amazing, sometimes they blow up all your own guys, and sometimes you just foul with them. But I don't like the Pogoer, actually, on the goblins. And the Fanatic,
Yeah,
I think if you're going to start with the 70k, the Fanatic's the right one.
there's no Pogoer on the team though.
I know, that's why I love it.
Yep.
Because the Pogoer
Yeah,
just steals all your SPP, and you always wish that you didn't have him, like 3 levels later.
Yeah, I think the bomber is an interesting take. You can take it. The problem is you have to like cycle it on everything that's not a double. But if you roll doubles, you now have the best player possible.
That's not entirely true. Mine rolled armor up last season, and I put him on LOS duty, because he's leaving at the end of the drive anyway. Who cares?
No,
I mean, it's a
I can
stunty
see that
league.
a little bit.
I wouldn't normally do that, but
But rolling doubles and getting Hail Mary pass on the Bombardier is the most glorious thing.
yeah, and everybody says you need to get your Looney, you need to cycle him until he rolls dirty player. So just those 2 weapons, you just need doubles. No biggie, guys, just doubles for them to be usable.
Yeah. And
But
block
at
on
least the
your
Looney doesn't
Fanatic.
come without dodge.
Doubles on all of the secret weapons are just insanely broken.
Yeah. But grab on the Fanatic is pretty good too.
Yeah. And, Mighty Blow.
Well, yes, but I actually favor grab first
Yeah,
because it gives you
to
more of
line
those
them up.
hits.
Yeah, yeah.
But movement up on the Fnatic is also amazing.
Yeah, movement up on the Fnatic is insane. Like all of the non-normal level ups for more or less any of the players are just ridiculous.
Yeah, the
Dirty
worst thing you
play,
could
dirty
possibly do
player.
though is roll Agi on the trolls or the Fnatic.
Yeah, yeah.
Because goblins get so much better if they just have Agi 4.
Well, right. Yeah. You don't want Edgy 4 on your chainsaw, do you? I guess it'd
No,
be
that's
okay.
true. That's true. You definitely don't. Well, he can carry the ball though.
Yeah, he can.
He doesn't have no arm, so he can, in fact, carry the ball.
Yeah,
He
you
doesn't
just
get
only get him for one half.
details. I mean, and that depends on how good your bride management is.
Oh, sure feet on the Fnatic for Grazy. I love it.
Yup. Yup. Yeah. I mean, on a 1 in 36, you're just done. But,
Yeah, but that's
that's
like
fine.
a pseudo movement up. So yeah, I like it.
It's a pseudo double movement up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. And last on the accepted teams, we have PookyPook's Cult of Strength, Lizardman team, who
Yep.
at 910 is basically the minimum roster.
You need the 12th skink. Just go ahead and buy the 12th skink. I don't
Okay.
know if he's looking to get 3 rerolls, but bench is important in Stunty League. I don't care what team you are, you need a bench.
If you wanted 3 rerolls, he's got 90K. Just buy the third reroll.
You can buy the third reroll if you want it. But
It's the same cost as a skink. If that was his plan, I'd have assumed he'd have done it. I mean,
I
unless
would
you're worried
agree.
about losing your Crocs and replacing him, I don't know why you sit with 90K in the bank.
You don't even need to replace the Crocs if you lose it. You can get away with just playing all skinks. It's fine.
I mean, you would say that, but that's not true for everyone.
It is. All
You
you
just
need all
roll
you need
sixes
is
on
movement
everything.
8. Yeah, you dodge through everything, you pick up the ball, you pass it with Stunty, and don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
You just play like I was playing last week in Clan and roll double pows on a 2-die uphill. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Stunty play. You just click whatever you need to click, and it'll hope it works out.
That resonates so much with me. I can't even explain it. All right, so now did somebody accept? Ooh, somebody accepted a ticket actually. NiliMan's Halfling team is now in the members tab.
All right, let's look at them then.
So this is the extreme right wingers. And yes, at 660, he has both trees and 2 rerolls. I don't. Okay, 2 rerolls on a fling team, sure, why not? And
Mm-hmm.
10 flings. Oh, Dictator, gotta be my favorite.
There is a Nuffle altar that has been purchased. That's where the rest of the money went.
Oh, ho, ho. Oh man, this is gonna give me flashbacks. So in the non-TV limited postseason single elimination, I came up against Boba, and he was playing Flings and had like Morg and Deeproot against me, and it was sad. So Nuffle's Altar, man, that's a good choice. And Striker, I think, has the Wizard still. So
I'm just going back and peeking real quick. The Underway Freaks have Astro Granite Turf. So GFIs in their stadium are scary.
yeah, I totally forgot to check. Does anybody else have one?
I'm just taking a look to see. So far, no one else has one.
Okay.
I don't think any of the other new teams can have one. So
How much is
yeah,
Deeproot?
Deeproot is normally 300k, so he'll be 250.
How much is Puggy?
Puggy is pretty cheap, I think. I want to say he's only like 80 or something like that.
Oh man,
So he
any
becomes like
star player
30.
under 100 that you can grab with Knuckles Altar is just amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Like the Underworld guys love taking Knuckles Altar and just grabbing Bomber Dribble Snot for 10 every match, because why wouldn't you?
Yep.
So just remember, NiliMan, no Zara. Zara is cheating mode.
And then I think that takes us to last, and I would say least.
Would you really?
Time.
I'm sorry, but I am just waiting for Slammin' Sammy Bagel to pull Pile On his next level.
Yeah,
that's
the
he
dream.
rolled that jump up. I want to see a Pile On tree, man.
I don't even know what that animation looks like.
I don't either. In fact, I had a Wood Elf team that I fouled with the tree turn 16 just to see what it looked like. It was quite underwhelming, really. But I'm sure the Piling On is better. It can't be worse.
Right.
Striker countered back saying he's just going to roll doubles and take tackle, because why wouldn't he?
Yeah, sure. Why not? But I mean, you just take Piling On after tackle, because it's going to be the all doubles tree.
Piling On isn't even a doubles. Like,
what that's right. It's a strength skill. You get that one for free. So yeah, so doubles and then tackle. What other doubles would you take? Diving tackle tree?
No, you take dodge. In a league with no tackle, you take dodge.
I mean, the tree man's not getting
fall
hit
over.
anyways. If you're taking dodge, then you have to take break tackle and go for the movement to break tackle. Cage diving.
So he's gonna be block, jump up, tackle, dodge, and then sure feet.
Yeah, sure feet. That'd be
break
good.
Tackle. something like that. And then he's got the blodge step halfling, the block halfling, the DP halfling. Like, I don't know. His team's pretty good, really.
Yeah. Yep. His team is an excellently built halfling team, and I'll crush him again. No big deal. So, I think that covers all of the teams. With 9 of 10 here, we could put in a placeholder and see what the matchups for week 1 look like.
Yeah, you're right. You got admin privileges, right?
Yeah, I can do that right now if you'd like.
I've never actually added a placeholder, so I'm not really sure what the deal is with that.
We will have to you have to kick it out in order for him to accept his ticket. But there's a placeholder AI team. It's a halfling, the Stout Aprons, and we can just click start competition, and it'll make the matchups for us. If do you want to do the honors? Would you like me to?
Oh, you can do it.
All right, we're getting matchups live. So week 1, we've got the Underway Freaks versus the Cult of Strength. Underway Freaks is Grazy, and the Cult of Strength is PookyPook. So that'll be a good one. We've got some lizards versus
the tackle tentacles troll, though.
Mm-hmm. Then we've got Make Like a Banana, myself, versus the Reciprocating Sawzall. So the Goblins, Rusty Shackleford. Looking forward to it.
You get to be the inaugural chainsaw victim.
Absolutely. Kill all the skinks. Just, yeah. I don't need any of them.
Just the block
one. Not the block one. All the other ones. Uncles and cousins versus the Stout Aprons. The Stout Aprons will be Striker. So uncles and cousins versus Striker. Uncles and cousins. Little Bits and Striker will be the third matchup.
Ogres, yeah. That's how the
Ogres
family.
And Flings.
Yep.
Yep.
So we've got 2 Ogres versus Flings matches. That'll be fun.
Yep. That side of the family and the extreme right wingers. And then finally, the Elite of the Worst versus the Sousa Slaughterers. You get that bloaty team first.
I do. And thank God his one of his good ogres is out. His movement up ogre is out for my match. I don't know that that's the one that I want out for my match. If I'm going to play him NNG'd. But I'll take it.
Yep, there you go. So there you have it. Matchups have been announced. We'll get them up in the Stunty Matchups channel shortly. And yeah, awesome. I'm
So I
looking
want
forward
to
to a
talk a
good.
little bit about the postseason format here and the way I'm
Yeah.
going to do this season.
Okay.
So after the letdown that was the championship of last season, where Chuck just ran away with it because lizards,
Sorry,
uh,
guys.
you don't have to apologize. I had a chance to beat you, and I stalled instead. Well, to
Mhm.
at least tie you. So I've
Right.
decided that we're going to do a bowl system this season. Basically, the top 4 teams in the standings will compete for the championship. Now, because this is a stunty league, I have a rules document I'm going to post. The rules are intentionally confusing, BCS bowl style. So there are some circumstances where the number 3 seed cannot win and the number 4 seed can. That's just how it is. Let's complain about it for a whole season after that. It's BCS bowls. Uh, and and to help tiebreakers happen more or less, don't know which, I'm giving out 2 awards each week. So I'm planning to watch every game, do a clip show of all the cool stuff that happens in the games, and each week I'll give out the Teabag of the Week award for the most useless big guy. If you have an ogre that just boneheads it literally every turn, he's going to get the Teabag of the Week award. And then there will be a perfectly steeped Play of the Week award for the best play. So a good instance of this is last season's striker fireballed his own halfling, knocked over half my team, and then that halfling picked up the ball that turn, and he almost beat me on that. That would have gotten that award. So those are going to count the same as a draw in the standings. So if you win a lot of those, you can be up there in the top 4 without winning as many games as you would otherwise need.
Yep.
So I am not eligible for either of those, and because of that, on tiebreakers, the first tiebreaker is special incentive, which this season is going to be Rusty Shackleford for filling out our races so that we have all of them. Then comes me because I can't win the awards. Then are non-lizards. So if you're tied with Chuck or PookyPook, you will win that because you're not lizards and they're cheating. Then there's a
Yep.
whole bunch of other stuff that just goes down and down and down. And if head-to-head is tied, if point differential is tied, points scored, points conceded, casualties inflicted, casualties received, and money earned are all draws, then I'm just flipping a coin because forget it. You guys were meant to draw.
Money earned is a tiebreaker. That's amazing.
I mean, look, I don't know. I don't know how much more RNG to get it than that, right? I don't know. So, like I said, the championship bowls will be the top 4 teams. Typically, first place will play 4th place, and 4th place is just playing Kingslayer. So most of the time, 4th place cannot win, but they can stop 1st place from winning, and they will get the title of Kingslayer in this league if they do that. Usually, seeds 1, 2, and 3 are in the running. Then we'll have some other bowls. Everybody will have a chance to play in a bowl game postseason if they want. If you're out of the top 4, you don't have to accept, because I don't want people not playing their games or not trying in their games because they don't want to play in a postseason. That's silly. So hopefully it's fun. I'm trying to think of some other fun bowl games to have and some titles for them. I'd like to, as we get a few of these seasons going by, have rivalries over these bowls. You know, have multi-winners and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it makes it fun. But that's what I have planned for this season.
Sounds like a good time to me.
Yeah. So anything else you think we should touch on?
I think that's it. Rules will be posted. Matchups will be posted. Get out there and beat Striker. I mean,
do some stunty stuff too.
Yeah, for sure.
We had a couple players that midway through the season last year realized, wait, I can cage dive, and it was magical.
Yeah, absolutely. You can cage dive. Sidelines are never safe, ever.
Well, half of these teams can take sidesteps or, stand firm, so they're safer than you would think.
If you roll doubles, strongly consider strip ball. You don't know how good that is in this league where no one gets sure hands.
The number of times that has worked for my Underworld team in the real Rel League is pretty high, actually.
Mm-hmm.
In this league, it's amazing.
Yeah, I want you to think about a single double on one of your players, one of your Underworld goblins that has horns and strip ball. Cage diving for 1 die strip ball hits where no one has sure hands. It's pretty good.
Yep, yep, absolutely. All right, guys. I think that's it. Thanks, Big Chuck, for helping me out with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right. This is Goblin Rain signing off then.